This week has been rather an unconventional week. My wife's been off work. It was her 50th birthday on Sunday, so we had a party for her, and then we've been away for days out here and days out there. So I haven't really managed to get an awful lot done this week. And I find that with knife making, you get a period of time when the work is clearly defined, and you just got to go in there and grind bevels or cut out blanks. And then other parts of the job are a bit less defined. In other words, you've got to go and build things like mosaic pins and cut wood up, stabilise wood, dry wood, cut fibre liners up. And I sort of think of that as the background to knife making, because you're just preparing everything to actually build the knife. And so that is probably going to be what today's job is. I'm not actually going to be building any knives today. I'll be doing what I call the ancillary work, or the backup work for the knife making. I do also get asked questions, how come you're building knives for so and so and yet you're not taking orders? It's a valid question, I suppose, but then I am self-employed, and that means I can to a degree choose what I want to do. And sometimes when I build a knife and put it on the website and it's for sale, I get quite a lot of emails come in for that one knife, and I guess really I'm a bit soft, and I feel sorry for some of these people, and so I read through the emails, and maybe one or two I might pick out as being exceptional and say, look, I'm sorry you didn't get the knife this time, but because of your circumstances, I'll try and build you one in the next batch. And so that's how these knives with people's names attached to them happen to come up on the channel. Anyway, as you can see, with the light reflecting onto me, it's a glorious sunny day in late August. Just got back from my morning dog walk. Yet to have the first cup of coffee, which I hope will be coming through the door any minute. The wife's still off work. So with the light as it is, it'd be ideal for showing off Richard's knife. Richard from Halifax. Richard's he phones me up quite regular, and I quite look forward to having the chat with him. He's a nice chap actually, and he's managed to get all some desert ironwood in the past for me, and so this is one of the knives I've built for him with desert ironwood handle. Not polished the ironwood yet, Richard, but it's the larger version, the camp knife version that I do of the classic. I did call it the canted classic, but I think with the slightly longer blade I'll just call it a Jack Law camp knife. So it's desert ironwood with red liners, mosaic pins. Longer blade, slightly longer handle, thicker handle because Richard wanted a thicker handle, and as I say, slightly longer blade. So that's it, Richard. I've built the sheath for it, and I wet moulded the sheath last night, but it's still a little bit damp, so that's going to be another day or so drying yet, and I've got to build a dangler. So there's an update for you, but that should be ready to go out this weekend. So that's yours. And Oscar from Colombia asked me to build him a knife. So there it is, Oscar. Red sheath, sorry, red thread on the sheath. And there's your dangler. This is a classic, stabilised U scales, mosaic pins, tapered tang. Hopefully that taper's showing up nicely. I think the sun's got it just right. Wanted a slightly shallower or higher grind. So I put a 26 degree bevel on. Now, like all things in knife making, so that's it, Oscar. Like all things in knife making, it's full of compromises. Now, for example, your heat treat. Your heat treat is, if you get it too hard, obviously if you get it super hard, you're going to get microchips and it'll be a real problem. But if you get it too hard, you'll have an edge which retains its edge for a long time. But should it fail, it will fail to a chip, and a chip isn't always it's not a good thing at all. And then if you get it too soft, it'll be very easy to sharpen, and it'll fail to a roll, and a roll's a lot easier to put right, but it won't hold its edge for so long. I've got a croaky throat and I need a cup of coffee. Oh, look what I've got here. Just what I need. Oh, that's lovely. Cup of coffee, that's it. Right, that's better. Oh, my throat sounds better now as well. That's good. I'm caffeinated. So where was I? Back to compromises. So too hard it chips, but it holds its edge for a long time. Too soft it rolls, but it'll be easier to sharpen, but it won't hold its edge for so long. And then you've got bevel angles. Let's use this as an example, this card. If you've got a nice angle like that, you're going to have a very, very robust knife. You'll be able to batten it, whack it through pennies and all sorts of nonsense, and you're very unlikely to do much damage to that edge. But the downside is it won't cut so well. So if you put an edge like that, you're gonna get an edge which is going to cut like a laser. But if you overburden it, it's going to fail quite badly. And so again, it's all compromises. You're looking for that compromise. So Oscar's knife, it'll cut really well, but it may not be as strong as 28 degree bevel, which is what I normally use. And I think that's probably an ideal for a general purpose knife where you don't know if it's going to be used for battening and for cutting through hard dry timbers which are quite grainy and twisted, and knotted. Then a slightly stouter bevel will be fine. But Oscar's gone for a slightly shallower grind, so I assume that he's going to use it more sort of carefully, I suppose, really. But having said that, I mean, it still should be fairly robust. So that's that. Something else I received through the post recently was this rather nice letter from a young lad called Mossy. Andrew, his dad, contacted me and said would I be prepared to build Mossy a knife, because he'd been following me on YouTube and that. So I built Mossy this knife, and I got this lovely letter back. Dear Sandy, I wanted to thank you for making me a knife. I really appreciate it. The knife is amazing and scarily sharp, just the way I like it. I also want to thank you for saying we, that's me and my dad, he says, can come and visit you if we are ever in Wiltshire. To thank you for all of this, I have made you a small knife. I know leather work isn't amazing, but I hope it will do. It's quite sharp, as sharp as I could get it, and I hope you like it. All the best, Mossy. Please turn over. P.S. The way I made this knife was a blacksmithing technique, but after I had finished blacksmithing the steel, I put it on a rock while I put out the fire, the forge. Then I put the steel into cold water. The steel was only warm, but after that a fire would just skate over the surface of the steel. The same results as if I had heat treated it. I'm not sure why this is anyway. I'm just trying to read his writing here. I tempered it at 200 to 250 for 4 hours, and the steel acted as if it had as if I had heat treated it. I'm not sure why. PPS, I went for an imperfect kind of look. PPPS, it's made of O1 tool steel. PPPPS, the bevels aren't perfect because I did them by hand without a jig. Right, so I've left the unboxing till now because it all came neatly wrapped, and I thought, well, I can't unwrap that unless I've got a camera looking at it. So here we go. Unwrap nice and easy. Oh. That's an interesting little thing. It's like a miniature jackdaw wasp. What a lovely little thing. It's sharp enough for a lot of little tasks, that Mossy. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. It's got a little sheathlet. How beautiful. Thank you very much, Mossy, I appreciate that. So that just about sums up this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of the warm weather we're experiencing in Britain, for those of us that are in Britain. I don't think it's going to last much longer. Autumn just round the corner. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.